This is zombies. This is zombies. This is zombies. Maybe not that last one, but let me explain. Hey, how's it going, everyone? I wanted to go ahead and give my opinion on all of this stuff kind of circulating around Black Ops 6 zombies. Is it good? Is it bad? And people that are saying that this is not zombies. And I think we need to go ahead and tackle that by defining what is zombies. At the intro, all of the stuff that I showed you has zombies, right? Not necessarily Call of Duty zombies, and you guys might be like, wait a minute, like what does that have to do with it? Of course we're talking about Call of Duty zombies. Let me get to that. What we got to remember is that what you guys think is zombies might be something completely different to what someone else thinks is zombies. So a lot of people, when they think about zombies, of course they might think about the more classic stuff back in the day, like Nocturne on Toten, Keynote or Toten, stuff like that, rebuildable barriers, wall buys, mystery box, stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff still, is zombies in COD now. But, as people started to play other Call of Duty games, like maybe Modern Warfare 3, when they had that open world kind of zombie thing, or maybe they had the Vanguard zombies or something like that, or maybe they had Outbreak in Black Ops Cold War. Those are still zombies. You get what I'm saying? All of these things are zombies. They're Call of Duty and they have zombies in them. Zombies is zombies. We're just going to leave it at that. And here's the thing, right? With Call of Duty, they had a reputation with zombies. Zombies is nothing new. Zombies has been around for 16 years, ever since 2008, when Call of Duty World at War came out. And, people are probably thinking, in that sense, zombies already has an identity kind of built up with it. People kind of know, oh, what is Call of Duty zombies? What isn't Call of Duty zombies? And that's probably where a lot of this confusion kind of comes about. Yeah, so obviously, if you were a fan of zombies back in the day and you've watched it grow, zombies has gone through a lot of changes. And if you were more a fan of the old style of zombies, I can understand why a lot of people would be upset at the newer style of zombies now. So I'm kind of looking at things from a different perspective, because in other words, I guess everybody has their own kind of criteria for what makes Call of Duty zombies Call of Duty zombies. So for instance, I was always in the mindset of perks. What's the best perk in the game, or what's the perk that I associate the most with zombies? Juggernog, right? And Jug was not in Black Ops 4. And people felt a certain way about that. Oh, this isn't zombies and stuff like that. This change is bad and all that. And while I will say that, everybody is entitled definitely to have their own opinions, there has been changes like that in the past where people are like, oh, this isn't zombies. But I do know a lot of people do like Black Ops 4 zombies and some of the things that they did in that game. Another example would be the map Shadows of Evil. For my personal experience with my friend circle and stuff like that, I know a lot of my friends were like, whoa, there's aliens, there's bugs flying around and stuff like that. This isn't zombies. But a lot of people regard Shadows of Evil as one of their top favorite maps. So, and I guess that goes to show that yes, there's gonna be changes no matter what. And there's probably going to be some decisions that are going to be made in Call of Duty Zombies that maybe if you're an older fan, you might kind of be a little bit hesitant about, and you might not agree 100% with, which that's totally fine. Having your own opinion and whether or not you like something, that's inevitable. It's a good thing to have those constructive conversations about why you like something, why you don't like something. So kind of with that being said, change is kind of inevitable when it comes to zombies. There's always going to be some kind of change that kind of pushes the envelope a little bit and probably moves the story, and not just only the story but the gameplay, probably the biggest aspect of it. It's probably going to shift it one way or the other. Maybe you like something, some of the changes, maybe you don't like other changes. A lot of people kind of regard zombies in Call of Duty to be kind of round based, going back to classic stuff and stuff like that. But also there was a video that I watched which kind of actually inspired me to make this video today, and the guy's name is Calm Rally. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description to the video that I'm talking about so you guys can watch it. I think it's a really good video. I recommend it. But that inspired me to make this video now, and I had a lot of kind of things to, I guess, say or that I wanted to get out there, and hopefully you guys you know, either agree with me or disagree with me. And if you do, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know what your guys' like opinion is on this whole kind of conversation, you know. But yeah, in his video, like, you know, he's saying that there's objective ways and subjective ways to think about zombies, right? Now, maybe like a lot of people think like, oh, zombies, round base, building barriers, stuff like that, like the classic kind of experience for zombies. But then again, like, you know, you've had like other game modes that kind of are still zombies, like, no doubt. Like, you have stuff like Grief, you have stuff like Turn, you've had Dead Ops Arcade, and those things are very zombies in their own kind of way, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think a lot of people are getting a little bit confused on, you know, this isn't zombies, but they mean like it's not like the classic zombies. But then again, there's been other kind of innovations in game modes that kind of pushed zombies in a different direction, kind of, you know. Now, 100%, the next thing that I'm going to get into here is Warzone, right? And I mean, this is kind of like unavoidable, like, you know, like everybody like kind of knows that zombies definitely grabs a lot of things from the game mode Warzone, right? Because like, yeah, like some of these changes like were implemented in like some of the older like zombies games, but I think definitely like the success of Warzone caused zombies to change at a more like accelerated and more drastic way than like it normally would naturally, right? Obviously, like the success of Warzone was ginormous. It was huge. It was free to play. Millions and millions of more players came to Call of Duty franchise based off of Warzone alone. And Activision saw this and they were like, hey, wait a second, this mode is extremely popular. Let's go ahead and cater the zombies game mode, make it maybe not so drastic of a change. So if you like Warzone, you like the free to play stuff, you can kind of expect a little bit more like gameplay like that in zombies, like some similarities there, right? So yeah, so the zombies game mode changed drastically and so suddenly because they wanted to go ahead and cater to that new audience that came over, that huge new audience that came over of millions and millions of players. Now, whether that's a good or bad thing is kind of, I guess, up to the person, but like in a business standpoint, I guess that kind of makes sense. So I kind of have two examples of this, and like, you know, if you guys think my examples are stupid, I don't blame you, because they're kind of like very different, like, oh, they're not games and stuff like that. But I think like the main kind of point, I guess, that I'm trying to get to comes across kind of well in these two examples that I'm going to give here. So Alia is a huge YouTuber, and his channel, the Alia channel, was mostly Call of Duty videos, right? I remember as a kid, I would go on there, I would watch his videos, I would be inspired. I knew to go to that channel if I wanted to watch some Call of Duty content, right? Now, obviously, with the success of Fortnite, you know, and Call of Duty was definitely going through a low point at the time, he made the decision to switch the majority of his videos on the channel from Call of Duty videos to Fortnite. And on that main Alia channel that was known for Call of Duty, he hasn't posted regular Call of Duty videos in about 6 to 7 years on that channel. Now, obviously, I definitely don't blame him because, you know, Call of Duty was definitely hitting a low point, and, you know, people's interests kind of change a little bit. He probably had a lot more fun playing Fortnite, but you can't deny it that the views and the clicks were definitely there with Fortnite, and the success of that game is almost something like that we haven't even seen before. So of course, you know, it was a very smart decision to kind of capitalize on that and to kind of make that transition from going to mainly Call of Duty videos to mainly Fortnite videos. And I know this is kind of like a weird parallel to kind of draw, but the point that I'm trying to make is that he was known for Call of Duty, so Zombies was known for being a certain way. There was a transition period because of something really popular with Alia, Fortnite, with Call of Duty, Warzone, and they catered their content to be more successful based off of the successes that they saw that worked. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that people will kind of feel like a certain way about it, you know, like, you know, that's fair. But I think it's kind of unrealistic for a business or a person to see really big success and a big change and not expect them to implement those things of their own and put them in like their own game or put them in their own videos. That's the kind of point I'm trying to make. And I guess kind of an example that is a little bit pointless for me to make, but I'm just going to throw it in here as well, just in case if like, you know, like some people are still kind of like, oh, like that's kind of dumb. And this one's kind of dumb too, like if I'm honest, so bear with me here. But McDonald's, right? They had one of my favorite iced coffees. Not one of my favorite iced coffees, but I like getting it, you know, only $1 and stuff like that. And it was the hazelnut iced coffee. They got rid of that, and I was sad. Obviously, it's not the end of the world. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I'm still drinking coffee. But, you know, like when you expect a certain thing, if you expect zombies to be a certain way, if you expect your food to be a certain way, or if you expect someone to make YouTube videos a certain way that you like, obviously there's going to be some changes that happen throughout the entirety of the life of the channel, of the food chain, or of the video game. You know, whether those changes are good or bad, you know, that's dependent upon the person, but changes are going to be made regardless. So obviously zombies has kind of been modernized in this state where like they're using assets from Warzone, the HUD elements are kind of the same, and there's armor plates and ammo crates around the map, right? Whether I think those things are good or bad or should belong in zombies, I think that's a different video entirely. So if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe, I'll probably go ahead and make that video at some point and let you know my opinions on that. And I guess, yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of the video, or the conclusion of the video. Pretty much it seems like they're making a better effort with the COD Pod for being more transparent with the community and having a better connection and understanding of kind of what their fan base is looking for and what they're able to deliver. With that being said, I guess that's the end of this video. I'm really excited for Black Ops 6, and if you guys want to go ahead and see some Black Ops 6 content, be sure to subscribe, and I will have those videos coming out. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you like the old zombies? Are you okay with the new zombies? Honestly, I got on with my friends and after not playing zombies for a while, and I got on the Cold War map Forsaken, and honestly, I had a blast with that as well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will see you guys later. Peace.